Not really. Alright, you're too far from the mic. Alright, so if I were to just set up a regular division problem, because it's been a minute since we've actually divided something like this, I think, can 6 fit into 1? No, so I put a 0, right? Yeah. Then I think 0 times 6 gives me subtract and bring down, right? Yeah. Can 6 fit into 10? Yes. 1 time? Yes. 1 times 6? 6. 4. Subtract and then bring down, right? Yeah. Alright, so what we're doing, I want to refresh your memory of that process. And also, the process of division is just repeated subtraction, right? Do you agree? Alright. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to look at the first term. And whenever we divided double digits, we would have like a piece to the side where we were like 13 times 9. 13 times 5, our little guess and check section, right? Yeah. We're still going to have a guess and check, and that's going to be more important with the monomials. So what my guess and check will look like, so I'm calling my little section over here, blank times 4x is going to, so what can I multiply 14x by to get 16x squared? Think about just your coefficients. 4 does what? Times 4? Okay. Now, if I just have 4 times 4x, that just gives me 16x. So I need 4x squared. Because if I think about my exponent rules, that would get me back to that. Do you agree? Yeah. Okay. So up top, I'm going to say 4x squared. And I think 4x squared times 4x gets me 16x to the third power, right? But division is the process of repeated subtraction. So I need to subtract these two terms. 16x cubed minus 16x cubed is 0. And then I would bring down, right? Okay, so now the expression is negative 12x squared plus 48x. Wouldn't it be 4x times 3x? So if I'm looking right at that one, I'm going to come over to my guess and check and say what times 4x gives me negative 12x squared. 3x? Just it doesn't need to be squared. No square. It doesn't need to be squared. It does not need to be squared. There we go. Because an x times an x gives me a x squared. However, who's catching it? Negative. It needs to be negative 3. So negative 3x times 4x gives me negative 12x. So up top, I'm going to say negative 3x. Because the negative 3x times 4x gives me negative 12x squared. But it has to be positive. So doesn't that make it 24x? Hang tight. Division is the process of repeated subtraction. So I'm going to subtract these two terms. So in my calculator, I'm going to type negative 12x, or negative 12 minus negative 12. Yeah, but you can't type that in your calculator. So in your calculator, you're typing negative 12 minus 12. It's what? 0. No. And now I've run out of room. So if I bring down, I got 48x, correct? Yeah. Alright, let's think. What times 4x, this is my guess and check, gives me 48x? 12x times 4x? Oh, just 12. So 12 times 4x gives me, so I'm going to say plus 12. 12 times 4x would give me 48x. 48 minus 48 gives me 0. It's not that bad. Cameron scoffs. He goes. So this right here is my quotient. That's my answer. Look how cute that's curved. Looks like text features on a computer. Oh my gosh. I told you, when you start teaching and like you just have to like make these lesson videos, it doesn't even teach you anymore. Okie dokie, let's go to another. Which one do I want to go?
4. 3. 2. 2. 2. Why is there more than 1?
I say 3 also. Cool. Yeah. Okay, let's look at 3. Beep. Alright, so let's set it up. So this is my divisor right here. So remember, every division problem is read the same way. Remember in 6th grade when I like harped on this in 5th grade? And you can still do it with polynomials and algebra. Isn't it beautiful how math just circles? Total, split into groups, right? Okay, I'll be excited for both of us. Alright, so I'm going to set it up with 2x plus 5 as the divisor. I don't like setting it up that far away, because then I block the board. I'm going to set it up right here. And then I got 10x squared plus 19x minus 15. Alright, set it up like that. Alright, so on problem number 1, our divisor, our outside term, was it a monomial or binomial?
Monomial.
Look at the first one.
Oh,
Monomial, because it was just one thing, right? Just 4x, right?
Yeah.
What's different about this one? It's a binomial. Okay, so if it's a binomial, then when I take this, I have to take the first 2 terms. So if it's a monomial, I can divide the first term because there's just one term. But if I'm dividing a binomial, I need to look at the first 2. So my guess and check is more important here. So I'm going to say